Just a disclaimer, the manga does have some mature content in it, so if you're not old enough or mature enough to handle the manga, don't read it. Welcome to my first review of Domestic Na Kanojo Chapter 1. The story starts off with the main character Natsuo's second year in high school going to his best friend Fumiya's house to confide in him what had just happened. Natsuo, who was invited to a mixer by his two friends, shows up and finds 4 girls and his 2 friends in a karaoke room. One of the girls, Rui, he notices, stands out. She's pretty socially awkward. I'm sure everyone has been socially awkward at some point. When someone tries to interact with Rui and gets her to sing a song with them, she turns them down. As Rui leaves the room to go get a drink, Natsuo follows her and has a conversation with her. He tells her that if she seems mad all the time, it will interrupt the mood and make things more tense. After Natsuo and Rui have a discussion for a little while, she asks him if he wants to sneak out together, and he agrees to this. As they're leaving, Rui asks Natsuo if she wants to do a favor for him, and he agrees. Rui takes Natsuo to her house, and when Natsuo gets there, he is shocked. A whole bunch of thoughts start racing through his head. Rui takes Natsuo into her room, and she asks him, "Will you do it with me?" Upon hearing this, Fumiya is shocked, and when Fumiya asks Natsuo why he would do it with Rui when he has a crush, he just replies, "It just happened." Rewind to earlier in the day. Natsuo and his 2 friends are talking in the hallway as their sensei Hina taps Natsuo's friend on the butt. Natsuo's friend replies to this by hitting on Hina. She says, "I don't like little brats." Later that night, Natsuo arrives home. As Natsuo arrives through the front door of his house, he sees that his dad is on the phone. Natsuo goes to his room and starts working on a story that he is writing. Natsuo's dream is to be an author. The next day at school, during lunch, Natsuo goes up to the school rooftop to continue writing his novel. While he's on the rooftop, Hina Sensei sees him there. They have a conversation, and she asks about his novel and says that she wants to be the first one to read it. But he embarrassingly hides his novel and says it's not finished yet. The next day, Natsuo, during lunch, heads up to the school rooftop again. As he is up there, he sees Hina up there, and sees her crying. As Natsuo asks Hina what's wrong, she tries to cover up the fact that she was crying. When Natsuo asks her what's really wrong, she tries to brush it off. Natsuo insists though. He says he's willing to hear her out even if he can't really help her. And Hina's response to this is to say that adults have their own circumstances and that he couldn't understand because he's a child. Natsuo replies to this by getting angry and telling Hina to not treat him like a child. Later that night, when Natsuo gets home, he sees that his father is on the phone again. Natsuo goes to his room and, thinking about all that has happened in the past few days, gets angry and throws the pillow at his door. As he throws the pillow at his door, his father comes in. Natsuo's father tells him that he has been talking to a woman and that things have been going well, so he is going to remarry. Hearing this, Natsuo says that he hopes everything works out. Natsuo's father tells him that the woman he is talking about is coming to visit them and that she is showing up with her 2 daughters. When she shows up, Natsuo is surprised to see that the woman's 2 daughters are Rui, the woman he did it with in the beginning of the manga, and Tachibana, Hina, his English sensei that he has feelings for.